Never let them know your next move. The discipline of a ghost. Thomas Shelby. Every man you admire got destroyed the same way. Not by an enemy. Not by bad luck. By his own mouth. He told people his plan before it was real, and the world adjusted around him, quietly, while he was still celebrating an announcement. You've done it too. You spoke, they smiled, and something in you went soft. Tonight, that ends. This is not motivation. This is a system for becoming unreadable, a man whose next move cannot be predicted, blocked, or copied, because nobody, not even the people closest to him, ever sees it coming. Understand something before we go any further. Silence is not shyness. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not having nothing to say. Silence is a decision. A deliberate withholding of information from a world that profits from knowing what you'll do next. Every piece of information you release about yourself is ammunition. Your plans, your income, your fears, your timeline, your next purchase, your next move, all of it. When you speak, you hand that ammunition to whoever is listening. Some will do nothing with it. Some will compete with you. Some will quietly work against you. You cannot tell the difference by looking at their faces, so the disciplined man treats every listener the same way, as someone who does not need to know. Here's the mechanism, plainly. When people know your next move, 3 things happen. First, they prepare for it. Competitors adjust. Rivals position themselves. Doubters begin their commentary early. Second, they influence it. Their opinions leak into your thinking, and a plan that was sharp becomes a committee decision. Third, and this is the one that kills most men, your brain rewards the announcement as if it were the achievement. Psychologists have studied this for decades. Talking about a goal creates a premature sense of completion. You feel the satisfaction of the finish line at the starting gun. The drive that should have fueled a year of work gets burned in one conversation. So the rule is simple, and it is absolute. Results speak. You don't. Start today. Take the biggest goal you're working toward right now and classify it. From this moment, it does not exist in conversation. Not with your friends, not on your social feed, not in casual talk with colleagues. If someone asks what you're working on, you say, a few things. We'll see. Then you change the subject. Watch what happens inside you when you do this. You'll feel an itch, an almost physical need to share. That itch is the exact energy you've been wasting. Trapped. It becomes fuel. Released, it becomes noise. A ghost is discovered after the fact, when the work is done, when the door is already closed behind him. Let's put numbers on this, because vague warnings change nothing and precise costs change everything. Cost number 1, competitive exposure. In any market, business, career, even social status advantage comes from asymmetry. You know something they don't. The moment you announce a plan, that asymmetry collapses to zero. If you tell your office you're gunning for the promotion, every ambitious person in that building now has months to outmaneuver you. If you tell the world you're building a product, faster teams with more money can beat you to your own idea. You paid for the intelligence. You gave it away free. Cost number 2, borrowed doubt. Every plan you share gets filtered through the fears of the person hearing it. Your cousin who never took a risk will tell you it's risky. Your friend who failed will tell you why you'll fail. These aren't insights. They're autobiographies disguised as advice. And here's the trap. Even when you reject their words consciously, your subconscious files them. Weeks later, at 2 in the morning, their doubt speaks in your voice. You didn't have that doubt before the conversation. You purchased it with your announcement. Cost number 3, locked identity. When you declare a move publicly, you create pressure to follow through even when new information says pivot. Men have ridden failing plans into the ground purely because they'd announced them and couldn't stomach the optics of changing course. Secrecy preserves your freedom to adapt. The unannounced plan can be revised, delayed, doubled, or killed silently without a single explanation owed to anyone. Cost number 4, the respect leak. This one is subtle. People respect what they cannot fully see. Familiarity doesn't just breed contempt. It breeds predictability, and predictability breeds dismissal. The colleague who narrates his every ambition becomes background noise. The one who says little and delivers much becomes a question mark, and question marks command attention in any room they enter. So run the audit. Take the last 30 days. Count how many plans, goals, opinions, and intentions you broadcast. In conversation, in messages, online. Every single one was a tax paid for a moment of feeling seen. Now decide what that feeling is worth against a year of compounding, uninterrupted, uncontested execution. The math isn't close. It never was. You cannot hide your next move if your face announces your feelings. Emotional leakage is informational leakage. The man who flinches when challenged, who lights up when flattered, who tightens when his weakness is mentioned. That man is an open book, and everyone around him is reading it whether he knows it or not. This is why emotional control is not a personality trait for you to admire in others. It is infrastructure. It is the foundation on which every other discipline in this video stands. Build it deliberately, the way you'd build anything else, with reps. Rep 1. The 6-second gap. Neuroscience gives you a gift here. The chemical surge of an emotional reaction peaks and begins to fade within roughly 6 seconds if you don't feed it. So install a hard rule. When provoked, insulted, surprised, or excited, you do not respond for 6 full seconds. Breathe out slowly through that gap. What comes out the other side is a response instead of a reaction. 6 seconds separates the amateur from the operator. Rep 2. Interrogate before you obey. Every emotion is data, not command. Anger usually means a boundary was crossed. The question is whether defending it right now serves your position or just your ego. Excitement usually means opportunity. The question is whether it's real or bait. Fear usually means either genuine danger or unfamiliar territory, and those require opposite responses. The disciplined man reads the data, extracts the useful signal, and discards the urge to perform the feeling. Rep 3. Kill the tells. You have physical tells. Everyone does. Maybe you touch your face when uncertain. Maybe your voice rises when you're defensive. Maybe you over-explain when you're nervous. Find yours. Record yourself in difficult conversations if you have to, and train them out, one at a time, the way a card player trains out his tells. Your baseline should be the same whether you're winning or bleeding. Level voice, still hands, steady eyes, unhurried speech. Rep 4. Controlled exposure. Comfort is the enemy of composure. Deliberately put yourself in situations that spike your stress. Cold water, hard training, difficult conversations you'd rather avoid, public speaking if it frightens you, and practice holding your baseline inside them. Composure under manufactured pressure becomes composure under real pressure. There is no other way to build it. You cannot think your way to a cold mind. You forge it in repetitions of discomfort, deliberately chosen, consistently endured. The payoff compounds. When your exterior stops broadcasting, people stop reading you. When people stop reading you, they start guessing, and a man they can only guess at is a man they instinctively handle with care. Here's the exchange rate the undisciplined never notice. While you're busy being interesting, the sharpest man in the room is busy being informed. Every conversation is a transfer of intelligence. Your only job is to make sure the transfer flows towards you. Flip your ratio. Most people talk 70% and listen 30%. Invert it. Speak 30%. Questions, brief acknowledgements, the occasional precise statement, and spend the remaining 70% gathering. This isn't passivity, it's harvesting. People are astonishingly generous with information about themselves, their insecurities, their ambitions, their conflicts, their pressure points. All you have to do is not interrupt the flow with your own noise. Learn what to watch. Words are the least honest layer of communication, so read beneath them. Watch what people do when they think the moment doesn't matter, how they treat the waiter, how they react when someone else gets credit, what topics make them change the subject. Watch the gap between what a person claims to value and where his time and money actually go. That gap is who he really is. Watch who goes quiet when certain names come up. Watch who repeats your private comments back to you from someone else's mouth. That's your leak, identified for free. Build files, not literal dossiers, mental ones, or a private note if your memory is weak. For every person who matters in your professional and personal life, you should be able to answer, what does this person want? What does this person fear? What pressure is this person under right now? Who influences him? What has he lied to me about? even in small things. Small lies calibrate you for large ones. Most men know the people around them at the depth of a greeting card. You will know them at the depth of a strategist, and they'll never feel the examination happening because you'll do it warmly, patiently, without a hint of interrogation. And while you gather, give nothing of substance. Master the art of the pleasant non-answer. When asked about your plans, still deciding. About your income, enough to keep moving. About your problems, nothing worth talking about. Deliver these with warmth, not hostility. The point isn't to seem guarded, it's to seem open while releasing nothing. The best protected men aren't the ones who seem secretive. They're the ones everyone describes as friendly, and about whom, when pressed, nobody can actually state a single concrete fact. Practice this week. In every conversation, learn 3 things about the other person and reveal 0 verifiable facts about your own plans. Score yourself nightly. It will feel unnatural for 10 days. Then it becomes your permanent operating mode. The predictable man is predictable because he's reactive. Poke him, he responds. Offer him something, he grabs. Set a deadline, he scrambles. His timing is public property. Anyone can dictate it just by applying pressure. The ghost owns his clock, and this single fact makes him impossible to read. Understand the principle. Speed is only valuable at the moment of execution. Before that moment, speed is a liability. Rushed decisions leak information, skip due diligence, and telegraph desperation. The disciplined sequence is slow preparation, instant execution. You take longer than others to decide, and then you move faster than others can respond. From the outside, this looks like unpredictability. From the inside, it's just correct sequencing. Install the delayed protocols. Any significant decision, money above a threshold you set, commitments of your time, responses to provocation, new opportunities, gets a mandatory waiting period, 24 hours minimum for medium decisions, 72 for major ones. Not because you're slow, but because urgency is the most common tool used to manipulate men. Almost every trap ever set for an ambitious man had a countdown timer attached to it. This offer expires tonight is not information about the offer. It's information about the person making it. When someone pressures your timeline, your suspicion should rise automatically, and your answer should be, then it expires. I don't decide under pressure. Watch how often the expired offer mysteriously returns. In negotiations, in conflicts, in any exchange where someone wants something from you, the man who can sit comfortably in silence forces the other man to fill it, and men filling silence make concessions. Say your piece once, briefly, then stop. Count in your head if you must. The discomfort you feel in that silence is the exact discomfort the other side feels more, because they're the ones who need resolution. Apply the same patience to revenge of any kind, professional, social, personal. The reactive man retaliates immediately, visibly, and cheaply, and in doing so he confirms exactly where he was hit. The ghost absorbs the blow without a flicker, files it, and waits for the moment when his response costs him nothing and teaches everything. Sometimes that moment is months away. Sometimes the best response is simply your continued rise, delivered in silence, while the man who struck you watches and understands. Either way, the timing belongs to you. An enemy who cannot provoke you cannot position you, and an enemy who cannot position you has already lost the exchange. He just doesn't know the date of the settlement yet, and practice the withheld reaction. When news arrives, good or bad, receive it flat. Understood. I'll get back to you. To process privately and respond on your schedule. The man who responds to everything immediately has outsourced his tempo to whoever contacts him. Take your tempo back. Everything in your life should move at the pace you set, and the people around you should quietly learn that pushing you accelerates nothing. None of this holds without structure underneath it. A man cannot be composed in the meeting if his morning was chaos. He cannot keep secrets under pressure if he's exhausted, scattered, and running on borrowed energy. Unpredictability to the world requires absolute predictability to yourself. Your days must be built like a fortress, so your presence can move like smoke. Start with the non-negotiables, the small set of daily actions that happen regardless of mood, weather, or circumstance. Keep the list short and brutal. Physical training, focused work on your primary objective and a fixed sleep window. 3 items, executed daily, will outperform an elaborate routine executed occasionally. The purpose isn't just fitness or productivity. Every kept promise to yourself is a brick in your self-respect, and self-respect is what makes composure real instead of performed. Men can smell the difference. Train the body without exception. This is not about vanity. Physical discipline is the fastest, most measurable proof that you rule yourself. It regulates the stress chemistry that would otherwise leak through your face in hard moments. It builds a tolerance for discomfort that every protocol in this video depends on. 45 minutes a day. Lift, run, fight. The modality matters less than the ruthlessness of the consistency. Guard your inputs like a border. Information discipline runs both directions. It's not just about what leaves you, it's about what enters. The average man's mind is a public square. Notifications, feeds, other people's opinions, other people's emergencies, other people's noise, all trampling through from the moment he wakes. Take control. Fixed windows for messages and news. Twice a day is enough for almost every life. Phone silent by default. No feeds in the first hour of the morning. That hour belongs to your objective, not to the world's chaos. A clouded mind cannot calculate, and everything in this system requires calculation, work in sealed blocks. 2 to 4 hours daily of untouchable, deep work on the thing you're building, the goal you're no longer talking about. Same time daily if possible. The brain learns to arrive ready. This block is where the actual next move gets built, while the world sees nothing. Everything else in your day is maintenance. This block is the point. End with the audit. 5 minutes every night. 3 questions. What did I reveal today that I shouldn't have? Where did I react when I should have responded? Did I keep every promise I made to myself? Write the answers or say them plainly to yourself in the mirror, but do not skip it. What gets audited gets corrected. What goes unexamined repeats for a lifetime. Since you cannot be invisible, you must be curated. Every man broadcasts a signal whether he manages it or not. His clothes, his speech, his posture, his online footprint, his punctuality. The undisciplined man broadcasts randomly and lets the world assemble its own picture of him. You will broadcast deliberately, and the picture they assemble will be exactly the one you designed. Rule 1. Reduce the signal. Scarcity creates value in attention exactly as it does in markets. Speak less in meetings, but make what you say land. 1 precise contribution beats 10 reflexive ones. Post less or nothing, attend selectively. The man who is everywhere is wallpaper. The man who appears rarely is an event. Every unnecessary appearance, every reflexive comment, every visible reaction spends your mystique, and mystique, unlike money, cannot be quickly earned back once it's spent. Rule 2. Standardize the exterior. Decide how you dress, how you speak, how you carry yourself, then hold it constant. Consistency of presentation does 2 things. It removes decisions from your day, and it removes data from your observers. If you look the same on your best day and your worst, no one can read your circumstances off your appearance. Sharp, simple, repeatable. Let your presentation say one thing only: this man is deliberate. Rule 3. Let results make your announcements. This is the payoff of everything you've built in silence. When the promotion lands, when the business launches, when the transformation is visible, you say nothing, because nothing needs saying. The result walks into the room before you do. And here is what you'll notice. An achievement that arrives unannounced hits people 3 times harder than one they watched you chase. They fill the silence with their own imagination, and imagination always writes a bigger story than the one you'd have told. Let them wonder how. Let them wonder how. Wonder what's next. Their wondering is your reputation working night shifts. Rule 4. Never explain, rarely defend. When criticized, the ghost doesn't scramble to justify. A short acknowledgement, noted, and forward motion. Explanation is leakage. Every justification you offer maps your reasoning, your priorities, and your pressure points for anyone paying attention. The men who matter judge you by output. The men who demand explanations were never going to be satisfied by them anyway. You can master every protocol above and still bleed information through 3 cracks: the wrong people, your own ego, and unconscious habit. Seal them methodically. The people leak. Draw your circles tonight. Actually draw them. In a circle, the 2 or 3 people, if that many, who have proven over years that they can hold your information without spilling it, without weaponizing it, without letting it change how they treat you. Middle circle, friendly, enjoyable, useful people who get your presence, but not your plans. Outer circle, everyone else, who gets courtesy and nothing more. Most men's damage comes from misfiling, treating middle circle people as inner circle because the night was good and the mood was warm. Warmth is not clearance. A person earns the inner circle through demonstrated discretion across time, and through at least one moment where keeping your confidence cost them something. Until then, they can be loved, enjoyed, valued, and told nothing. The ego leak. Your ego will fight this entire system every day, and its favorite move is the whispered exception. Just this once. Tell them, you deserve the recognition. Understand what's actually happening in that moment. The urge to reveal is the urge to be validated now, instead of vindicated later. It's a request for an advance on respect you haven't finished earning. Every time you feel it, name it. That's the leak talking, and redirect the energy into the work itself. The need for applause is the last chain of an otherwise free man. Break it, and you become genuinely dangerous. Because a man who needs no audience cannot be baited, flattered, or steered. The habit leak. Most disclosure isn't decided. It's automatic. The reflexive answer to what's new. The venting after a hard day. The alcohol loosened tongue at the third drink. The oversharing that fills awkward silence. Identify your specific patterns this week. Then preload replacements. A ready, warm, empty answer for every common question. A rule of 2 drinks in any company you haven't cleared. A private journal that receives the venting your colleagues used to get. You don't defeat automatic behavior with willpower in the moment. You defeat it with scripts installed in advance, rehearsed until the empty answer is more automatic than the honest one used to be. Seal these 3, and the fortress has no cracks left. Silence, once installed everywhere, stops being effort. It becomes the quiet default of a fortified man. Everything above compresses into a code. These are the standing orders, the rules that run whether you're inspired or exhausted, watched or alone. Read them until they're memory. 1. The plan is announced by its completion, never by your mouth. If it isn't finished, it doesn't exist in conversation. 2. 6 seconds before any response under provocation, no exceptions. The pause is not weakness. The pause is where the calculation lives. 3. In every exchange, gather more than you give. Leave each conversation knowing 3 new things and having revealed none. 4. Urgency imposed by others is treated as a warning, not a reason. Anything that can't survive your 72-hour delay was a trap or was never real. 5. One face for victory, the same face for defeat. Your baseline is your armor. The day it cracks in public is the day they start reading you again. 6. The body trains daily. The mind audits nightly. The sleep window holds. Internal order is the price of external mystery. Pay it without negotiation. 7. Inner circle by proof, not by feeling. Discretion demonstrated over time at cost. Everyone else gets warmth and emptiness. 8. Never explain. Rarely defend. Acknowledge briefly. Move. Output answers every accusation eventually. Explanation just arms the accusers faster. 9. Feel the itch to reveal, name it as the leak, and convert it into an hour of work on the thing itself. The itch is fuel in the wrong pipe. Redirect it. 10. Own your tempo absolutely. Respond when you choose. Decide when you choose. Appear when you choose. The man who controls his own clock cannot be scheduled into a mistake. Now understand what these rules produce when they compound. Month 1. People notice you've gone quiet and assume something's wrong. Let them. Month 3. They stop asking about your plans because the well never gives water. Month 6. Your results start arriving unannounced, and the gap between what they knew and what you did creates the first real weight around your name. Year 1, you are a different category of man. Colleagues hesitate before testing you. Opportunities come to you already sweetened, because no one knows your alternatives, and the people who once talked over you now watch your face for signals it no longer sends. None of this required a single announcement, a single argument, a single performance. It required only that you closed your mouth, opened your eyes, kept your promises to yourself, and let time multiply the advantage of being unreadable. That is the entire discipline. It was never complicated. It was only ever expensive, paid in restraint, daily. So here is where it ends and where you begin. Tonight, pick the goal, seal it, set the training block, the work block, the audit, draw the circles, install the pause, then walk into tomorrow exactly as you walked into today. Same face, same tempo, same warmth, while everything underneath has changed. They'll sense something different and never name it. Good. Let them guess for a year. Then let the result answer every question at once. The world respects the storm it never saw forming. Become that storm, quietly, starting now, and never let them know your next move.